So you can start, sir.
So if it is like that, let Jaiprakash sir initiate and then we can proceed. Okay.
Uh,
Sir. Yes, yes, sir. Let us wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ju- Just for your kind reference, we are also on YouTube.
Sure,
So
sir.
YouTube live has also started. So as per your convenience, Jaiprakash sir, you can start as your kids should not be unnecessary waiting. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And now I am giving this opportunity and valuable time to Mr. Santosh Takale, sir. Sir,
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Santosh, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Santosh Takle only. You expect me to start? Your voice is not audible, sir. In between, it is intermittently we are hearing you, so we are not getting
Yes,
clear.
sir. You can start.
We can start. Okay. So, nahin, okay. So I was thinking that some
Uh, yes, sir. You can
introductory
start.
part. Huh? Your voice is not
Already I
audible. I will
gave, sir.
start.
I introduced you, sir.
Okay. It was not audible to me, so
Yes,
we will
sir.
start. We will start.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
evening, all of you. So, today is the lecture on universe, and we will try to understand our universe with scientific temper, means with scientific thinking. And as I am very well versed with the JNV culture, I personally feel that one of the best school in India and maybe all around the world, one of them is JNV because it's a residential school, and not only students but teachers are also residing at same place, so it's like a big family where kids are groomed to that Indian culture of gurukul or something like that. But today's lecture is not on JNV, it's on universe, so we'll talk about universe. This is my free of cost lectures which I keep delivering, are till date around 3000 plus lectures I have delivered. So let's go into the today's talk. You all know what I am showing you in this first slide is a space shuttle system, and many of times I visit JNV or some other schools, I normally ask what is the weight of this system. Intention is very clear. I just want to know your general knowledge, and very important thing, indirectly I want to ask you about the physical capabilities of the human beings. So just leave apart this particular weight of the space shuttle system. We'll go and ask some simple question. What is the weight of the motorcycle? Just imagine one situation that on some holiday you are going with your parents, and in marketplace your motorcycle by some chance falls on the road. Will you pick up that motorcycle by single hand? The answer is obviously no, because you are too young and the motorcycle is too heavy. Motorcycle weighs maybe 100, 200, 300 kg, and it's not beyond the capacity of some 8, 9, 10 standard student, but sometimes to the average adult human being in that little scared condition. So why I asked you about the motorcycle weight is that lifting some 100 to 500 kg is beyond the human capacity. Then space shuttle system, which goes to the sky and does some miraculous work of launching space probe or some manned mission, has got tremendous weight of 20 to 30 lakhs kilogram. Sometimes Chandrayaan like systems which are unmanned missions are 6 to 7 lakhs kilogram, including its complete weight at the time of liftoff. So suppose this is the 6 to 7 or 20 to 30 lakhs kilogram weight, which takes liftoff from the Earth's surface, goes to the sky, and does some space probe launching by which our TV works, by which our mobile phone works, by which our weather prediction is possible, by which we do the military surveillance operations. then is it the representation of human physical strength or human beings' mental ability? And you all know these scientific examples are always the human beings' mental abilities reflection. And that is why, just to develop this mental ability, we go to the school colleges. Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas are doing this work since 1986 in a very, very systematic, disciplined, and a true to the cause way. I really appreciate your teachers, principal, your ACs, DCs, everybody. Now, really speaking, today's lecture is not only about the science and technology. It's about you who are attending this lecture as a student, and teachers who are going to teach you throughout your academics, and probably that will be useful throughout your life. It is important that we should teach youngsters how to think and not what to think. Like suppose you are going to some good work and some cat crosses your path, then you should not be bothered why that cat crossed my path and I know what I should do and all. This all comes in a what to think category. How to think category is a scientific evidence based thinking, and that is called scientific temper. 4 points here are really readable, but then probably you already read a lot in your school colleges, so we'll not get into that. We'll come to the very simple and useful summary of scientific temper. According to scientific temper, that we should believe on everything which is scientific evidence based. This is very useful for us as an individual. It helps us in a making rational and informed choices. मतलब हमें इससे जिंदगी में ऐसी चीजें चूज करना पॉसिबल होता है जिससे हमारा बहुत फायदा होता है. This is not from me. This is from the Indian Constitution, that clause number 51A says it's a fundamental duty of every Indian citizen to inculcate scientific temper. But then also you will see that throughout not India, throughout not only Asia, throughout world, scientific temperament is missing because we get so many unnecessary sanskar in our childhood that our understanding about science and scientific temperament is always very weak. Hopefully, as we go on advancing, probably it will change. So let's get into something interesting. You know who's this gentleman, this uncle or this scientist. His name is Mr. Galileo. 400 years back, he has given humanity new direction to think, and that thinking is a evidence-based thinking called scientific temperament. But presently, will not go on harping scientific temperament, scientific temperament. We will just see what Galileo has done. Galileo has used this small telescope, what where my mouse is moving. Diameter is 2 centimeter, in millimeter it is 20 millimeter, and this telescope may be very small. This bigger telescope your school must be having in ATL, that is Atal Tinkering Lab, or in case you don't have, some next time I come to your side, probably I will come and show you something, because around 10 lakh students I have shown certain things which Galileo observed 400 years back. So what Galileo observed 400 years back? This is what? What is this? This is moon. Then you will say, what is this? Then I will tell you that these are the phases of moon, with some craters on moon are visible. Then I will ask you, what is this? Then you may say, so this is some twinkling star-like object. I will object that, but I will proceed. And then I will move on and I'll ask you, what is this? Then you may again say, so these may be phases of moon. I will correct you saying that this is moon where my mouse is moving with phase pattern, correct. This is not some star. This is Venus planet, which will be visible from your school tomorrow morning before sunrise. If you observe this Venus by telescope, you will see the phases of Venus which are visible here in some backdated photograph. So this is phases of Venus which observed by Galileo. Galileo observed the 4 moons of the Jupiter, namely Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Galileo also observed Saturn's ring. Galileo also observed sunspot. Galileo also proved Copernicus mentioned heliocentric model of the solar system. Obviously, this methodology or this particular system was already explained by our astronomers from the Indian base, but today we'll not go in who's what. We'll go into some scientific facts. What is important here is 400 years back, when Galileo was doing so much of adventurous discoveries, really speaking, his adventure did not pay him anything. Today's date, suppose you get first rank in your class, everybody will appreciate you. But after so many discoveries also, Galileo was put into the jail for last 16 years of his life. Last 5 years, he was almost tending to blind, but then also nobody bothered to respect him or bothered to listen to him. But whatever he was telling was true, and in time span, it was proved that Galileo was correct. What Bruno said is, Bruno asked one simple question. Now I'm asking you that question, whether a night sky has many stars or these all stars are like sun. In that time, people could not understand. Present date also many people don't understand. But that time, people troubled Bruno to the extent that they burned him alive for his prediction, scientific prediction, which was absolutely correct. So on the, what you can say, efforts, dedication, and almost sparing their life, science, scientists, and social reformers has built present society for us. Today's date, when we operate fan, when we operate projector, when we operate some smart class, when we sit on a bench, when we eat some beautiful, tasty food, all these things were not available to the many rajas, kings, and stalwarts in the past. Today's days, technology has made it so easy that you can have a heart transplant, you can have kidney transplant, you can have motorcycle, you can have fighter jet. So many things are available to you only because of the technological achievements of the human being. So let's understand, if 400 years back human beings have got so many misconceptions, then what is the misconception associated with this the whole of universe, which is quite old? If I'll ask you what is how origin of universe can be explained, you all are very studious students, so probably you will say the scientifically Big Bang explains the origin of universe, and whatever has been shown here, such an energy source must have given the existence to the whole of universe. Now, very interestingly, whole universe, if it has originated from such a small source of energy, just imagine that adjacent to your Navodaya Vidyalaya in Yanam, there is one small hillock and you want to put up some telescopic center. So you want to remove that complete hill and put up some telescope. Now, removing complete hill is not possible in a very short span of time. Probably you have to work it on a 6 months, 8 months. So you are called up your friend, Mr. Doraemon, and Doraemon just compress that whole mountain or hill to the tennis ball side, and then he thrown that tennis ball to somewhere in the bushes. Practically, this is not possible, but science fiction point of view, we can imagine that. But practically, if small hill cannot be converted to the tennis ball by human beings, then expecting that complete Yanam or Puducherry or India or Earth or solar system getting out of this small source of energy is bit impossible. But temporary will not get into that. We will just go ahead with the fundamental Big Bang, and which you will read whenever and wherever you find some extra time going apart from your studies. Now, when did this happen? This is a bit complicated for the students of the 10, 12 classes, so we'll go into this. Here the time slot is written. Around 13.7 or 13.8 billion years before, universe must have originated from the small source of energy. If I will ask you how many zeros to be given on 13.8 to make it billion, and the obvious answer from your end will be 9 zeros. It's a big number. By chance, we get some time machine from Doraemon and we want to travel back into the history, geography, mythology, and astronomy, then we will have a lot of new things to learn. So let's go back. Suppose I try to go back till 13.8 billion years. I must be traveling through some stages, milestones. So let's go back some 75 to 76 years. And that will be around 1947. And you will find that Nehru ji, Jawaharlal Nehru, Navodaya Vidyalaya, उन्हीं के नाम से बना है. So 1947, J. Nehru ji must be giving some speech on Lal Killa for the independence. If we go 175 years from now, then every Navodaya has got almost 50% population of female. So many female teachers going out from their states and teaching and doing some great job of educating India. But 175 years back, there was no female student, no female teacher. 175 years back means 1848. Somebody initiated this great movement of women's education, and they were being troubled more than Galileo. But they continued their efforts of teaching equal population of humanity, that is females, 50% population. And today we have Kalpana Chawla, Kiran Bedi, uh, President Draupadi Murmu, all educated females only because of that movement. It happened some 175 years with the efforts from the Jyotiba Phule Savitribai Phule in Maharashtra, Pune. Now let's go back 350 years and you will see great Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj who hails from the Maharashtra. Let's go beyond this. You go 600 years from now and you will find Guru Gobind Singh, Guru Nanak in the Punjab who were fighting against injustice. You go around 1400 years from now and visit Mecca, Medina, and you will find Muhammad Paigambar teaching some good for the humanity. You go around 2000 years from now and you will find Jesus Christ doing so many good things to the humanity and Christianity has initiated. Now, suppose we go beyond zero, just beyond 250 years, you will meet Samrat Ashok. 50 years beyond that, you will meet Chandragupta Maurya, Acharya Chanakya, and other people like Porus. In this beyond century or beyond 0 point, we had, and after that also, we had a lot of Vidyapits or Mahavihara or universities in India where so many foreigners and so many people studied so many important subjects, including not only philosophy, medicines, astronomy, geometry, and so many other things. We'll not get into those parts because we are just covering up some parts of the history, mythology, where we want to touch upon to reach the 13.8 billion. Now, this is Jainism, which is approximately 500 to 600 years before zero. So, precisely 2500 years from now, we have Jainism. 2400 years from now, we had Pythagoras from the geometry. 2600 years from now, we have Buddhism in India. And suppose we go beyond that, then also we had universities like Takshashila, which is now located in Pakistan. We go beyond this around 4000 years from now, means 1800 years beyond zero, then we will find Vedas are being written. That is the basic building block of Indian civilization, and Vedanga Jyotish, that is the Vedanga means the part of Vedas, Vedon ka Ang. Jyotish means not that Anguthi, Taviz and all nonsense superstitions. It is about the Jyoti. Jyoti means the light giving objects, celestial bodies like sun, moon and planets, nakshatras, which were guiding pole for the many of the yearly happenings like a rainy season, summer, winter, paddy field farming, and so many other things were studied by our ancestors 4000 years back, and it has got foundation of mathematics and astronomy. So our ancestors were very intelligent, very hardworking. That need not be celebrated, but must be followed in our daily life. When your teachers teaches you who is staying away from his family just to educate you and put you in a good condition, then you must respect him and you should must follow discipline told by him, and knowledge given by him should be learned in a very well fashion. Let's go further. If 4000 years from now we had Vedanga Jyotish, then 5000 years from now we had Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, where our ancestors were quite civilized. If we go beyond this, we have to speed up little. 5000 into 10, 50,000 into 10, 5 lakhs. So 5 lakhs year back, there was one meteoritic impact in Maharashtra's Buldhana district, and the location is called Lonar Crater or Lonar Lake. It's a salt lake. Very important place for any scientific-minded person to visit. So normally I say that these are the places of scientific pilgrimage. Everyone should visit such places like science centers, some good forts, instead of visiting some religious places and doing some religious rituals. So this lunar crater is 5.5 lakhs year old and waiting for you since then, so that you can go there and enjoy the beauty as well as learn something about the celestial happening in the past. Let's go beyond. If you go beyond this, you will meet Mr. Dinosaurs. They were there on this earth. Approximately 20 crore years back, they got into the evolution. 6.5 crore years back, they got extinct because of that particular natural calamities. Total 13.5 crore years means 1350 lakhs year dinosaurs were existing on Earth's surface. 1350 lakhs year is a huge period. Human beings are existing in their primitive conditions since last almost 50, 60, 80, 90 lakhs years. Dinosaurs, for their existence of approximately 1350 lakhs year, did not did any rituals, did not follow anything which is connected to the supernatural, but they lived more than us because of the conducive condition. You can learn a lot from these things because many of the people they waste lot of natural resources, lot of time resource, and so much of biasing running behind the rituals and fighting for the cause of unnecessary things. Will not get into that. These dinosaurs got existence on the earth's surface which is 460 crore years old. The sun and earth they got into the existence because of some hydrogen gas. Will not get into that. Now what is important here is, if this solar system existed 4.6 billion years before, this universe existed some 13.8 billion years before from the source of energy. And in this whole of the picture, you can see there is only energy. There is nothing supernatural. There is no Baba Bua, Amma Tamma, Mullah Maulvi. So don't run behind this unnecessary culprits who are spoiling your life and your confidence level. And then exploitation leads to the episodes on the crime patrol. So just try to avoid your exploitation by getting updated with the science, technology, and very importantly, scientific thinking. So this universe got existence, that is correct. But then I just want to add something on the solar system. Our lecture will not go beyond some 45 minutes. We already covered somewhere around 20 minutes. So another 20-25 minutes, I will be talking in this fashion. This will be one-way conversation, little boring, I understand, but can't help it. When we have some distant webinar, there cannot be interaction in between. Kindly accept apologies for same. Let's go further. This is sun. I told you little time before that this is a hydrogen mass which has fall in a gravity, and then there is a protostar, and then probably star started running, and probably during initial phase it has just discharged some mass, and which was gas and some stones and something like that, which form the planetary bodies. Whole planetary bodies in a solar system does not constitute more than 1%. It is always less than 1% of this whole of the sun's mass. In such situation, expecting that these planetary bodies affect your life or your future or your Mars and your career is absolutely absurd. But then if I'll tell you this, then you will not believe, and you should not. Believing is not correct. There should be some documentary or circumstantial evidences. So I will quote somebody whose name is Swami Vivekanand ji. Swami Vivekanand was not only religious fellow, he was the great thinker who has strong belief in science and scientific thinking. He made one very important statement that human beings are the architect of their own destiny. इंसान उसके भाग्य का खुद विधाता होता है. We can make our fortunes. How? Let us go back and take one small example adjacent to your place. Instead of Puducherry, Yanam, I go around Tamil Nadu's Rameshwaram area, and some 80-90 years back, I find that there is one kid like you was working hard but not able to go to some good school, extremely good school like JNV, because that time JNVs were not there. So this particular kid who was working in around Rameshwar, even selling some newspapers, helping out his family, working hard on studies, completed his BSc, then his engineering, wanted to become fighter planes pilot, but could not. So just he could not crack that exam, or he could not get through. He did not fight with his parents, neither blame society or government, neither took out some gun and become terrorist. He worked hard and joined DRDO. Worked so hard that become Missile Man of India, Chief Scientific Advisor to the PMO, and then become President of India. But religious simplicity was so much dominating that probably he entered that great Rashtrapati Bhavan with 2-3 bags and came out with the 2-3 bags. You know I'm talking about Dr. APJ. And whenever and wherever we talk about APJ, it is inspiration to us. We never think about his caste, language, religion, nothing. That's only because great people do not have any caste, language, and other things as their adjectives. It's always their life as a lesson for the poor and downtrodden and a common man, which we are. So if you understand this, that he was never never wearing any rings, tavis, and then also he could do such a wonderful, iconic journey for every Indian to reach some high level of success in terms of the ethical values, then we must understand that you who are studying in a 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, everybody has got APJ Kalam, Mother Teresa, or Swami Vivekananda in you. Only thing, you have to work hard on it. Allow your teachers to help you, and probably you will come as a great future of India. So if this is the some other side of the solar system story, there is one very important technical side of the solar system story. Sun is the massive hydrogen globe which is consuming approximately 600 billion kilogram of hydrogen per second by the fusion reaction, converting it to the helium to the 540 billion kilogram, and around 60 billion kilogram which goes into the E is equal to mc square. That energy is so vast that after traveling some 15 crore kilometers from the sun to earth, it is delivering 14 to 1300 watt per square meter on Earth's atmosphere. It's a huge and tremendous amount of energy. But then also we are not able to harness because we means human beings, lack into the technology, we lack into the brains which can develop that technology and some funds. Everything and everybody is busy with funds, queuing up the religious places, which does not help you when there is a pandemic. It does not help you when there is a tsunami. It does not help you when some other country attacks you. Then also people don't want to come up with some high technological advancement and want to support science and scientific thinking. So let's not get into that. Important part is this whole of a universe is full of energy, and you have a lot of things which can be used for your benefit with sustainability in a mind. What is sustainable development? You can ask your teachers, especially Jay Prakash sir, because he's from the Vigyan Jyoti team. So if you want to know, you can ask me that questions also. Temporary, we'll go ahead. If universe has taken existence, sun has taken existence, then there may be question. From where the hell these beautiful, handsome human beings came on the barren earth surface? The obvious answer is Darwin's evolution theory. According to Darwin, the human beings must have got existence from some ape or monkey like thing. You may ask, there are so many monkeys going around in our forest. Why don't they turn up to the human beings? And this is a good question for the kids, but not for the elders. Expecting elders to get monkey convert to the human being in their lifespan is absolutely unnecessary and something uneducated expectation. Evolution takes a lot of period and it cannot be formed or transformed into the human being in some 1 month or 1 year or 10,000 years or probably 10 lakh years. It takes a lot of time. So we'll not get into that. What is important here is suppose human beings got existence from the some ape-like creatures, then ape got existence from some similar type of creatures. We go back and try to trace back from where the hell we got living beings from the non-living beings. The answer is again water, and from where we got the water is the very important questions which may be answered partially saying that meteors and comets had got tremendous ice and probably they impacting the earth must have initiated with some watery reactions. But what is water? Is ice. Ice is what? Water. So from where the original water came, and it is H2O. So H has initiated sun and sun like stars. Then this H proceed with a fusion reaction to give rise to the helium, lithium, beryllium, and finally iron core is formed. And that iron core kills the star. Star meets the some massive death called supernova hypernova reactions. And then probably many of the heavy metals which are there in the Mendeleev table, 118 elements are formed. These elements are thrown up, appear in the second, third generation stars, and they form somewhere with hydrogen and oxygen water. That water with the long-term reactions form something which forms the basic building block of life called DNA or similar chain. And then that DNA or single cellular species transformed to the multi, and then you have dinosaurs. And after they extinct somewhere in a long distant period, we had some creature like this, which was not having heavy and hefty body like dinosaur. They were not able to hide underwater like a fish. They were not able to fly like a birds. They were not having jaws and claws like a big animals like a big cats. So how they will safeguard themselves? Instead of using body, they started using something called head. They started developing weapons. They started grouping. They started taming the animals. They started doing the paddy fields and other things. And finally, they started building the houses. 200 years back, this species started building the machinery. 60 years back, they started building the PC, computers. And then 30 years back, it was mobile. And today's date, to deliver lecture to Yanam with my own expense, it would have cost me at least 30, 40,000 rupees, at least 30,000 rupees, at least 25,000 rupees, to and fro air travel, then living there and other things. But today it is free of cost to me. because all my lectures are free of cost to everybody. But for me, it cost. But today, due to the mobile technology, internet, and other things, I'm able to deliver lecture to you free of cost. So that's the advantage of technological development. These species, which are called human beings, were living in a jungle at mercy of nature few thousand years back. Today, they are controlling nature with their technological advancement, not because of somebody's grace, which is supernatural. It is absolutely credit to the human beings and their ancestors. So, first learning of today's class is please, 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 please respect hardworking, honest human beings, irrespective of their caste, language, age, and anything. It can be anybody. Hardworking, honest human beings need to be respected. And then who need to be protected and conserved? Which caste, which language, which pantha? Nothing. You need to protect and conserve only one thing, that is called natural resources. So in JNV's culture, you don't waste much electricity, you don't waste much of the food, you don't waste much of the water, you don't waste much of anything, because that is in your genes. That is called community living, which you learn. Living 500, 600 students together with teachers is not easy job in a 21st century. If somebody will give me free hand, I will say that every village should have JNV. But then probably government should understand this. Why kids should stay away from their parents to learn some better lessons of life. You JNV students understand this better. So you are going to be better resource for the not only India but humanity. But then there are certain things which you need to understand and upgrade yourself. You have to believe yourself. You have to believe good human beings. You have to believe well wishers like parents, teachers, but don't believe something supernatural or unnatural. Like people wear angutis and tavis of the celestial bodies. Let us see. This is Mercury, diameter 4,880 kilometers. This is Venus, 12,000 kilometers. This is Earth, 12,750. Mars is 6,600 approximately. Now, if it's, as per Newton law, if you start wearing anguti and tavis of these sizes, then probably your both the hands, fingers will go get totally loaded. But then see, Jupiter can accommodate 1300 Earths, Saturn can accommodate 750 Earths, Uranus, Neptune can accommodate 2030 Earths. Then now you will be in a trouble because you will not have place to wear these angutis. Let's go further. Sun can accommodate 10 lakhs plus Earth. 10 lakh Earth accommodating suns representation can be made by tractor tires ring. And you have to wear that tractor tire in your head, which you will never do because you have a lot of things to do. You want to play football, badminton, volleyball, pakda pakdi, whatnot. And that is the right time to play. So, if you stop believing all these nonsensical, you have a lot of times to ponder over, think over some good things, which is available. JNVs have got wonderful teacher resource and wonderful libraries, wonderful facilities to play, and so many other things. And that is why so many IAS, IPS officers are nowadays coming from Navodaya Vidyalayas. So this is sun, which is our celestial father. But this is not the only star. Night time, how many stars you see in the night sky? How many of you must have answered infinite, which is incorrect, because night time you can see maximum 5,000 to 6,000 stars in a best climatic condition, out of which 2,500 can be seen at a time, out of which some I am showing here. You can see 10,000, 10 lakhs Earth can go in the sun, which is too small compared to the Sirius, which is too small compared to the Pollux, and which is too small compared to the Arcturus. You see, this Arcturus is too small compared to the Rajanya, Rohini, and then Betelgeuse and Antares can accommodate thousands and lakhs of sun. So wearing anything of their size and considering distances, calculation seems to be absolutely absurd for any of such superstition. So let's not get into that. Let's get into something interesting. These 4 5 stars which are shown here have approximately 100 to 200 billion companion around them, and they live in a one village called Yanam. No, they live in a one village called Milky Way galaxy. This is a Milky Way galaxy ring, and the this is not sun. This is solar system location. Now I will try to explain what is the diameter of Milky Way galaxy. Just imagine I want to travel this Milky Way galaxy, which has got 100, 200 billion star systems. Then I will use motorcycle and start to run from the one end to the other end in diametric fashion. With motorcycle, I will be able to travel 40, 60 kilometers per hour. With train, I will be able to travel some 150 kilometer per hour. With aeroplane, I will be able to travel some 1,000, 1,500 kilometer per hour. With space shuttle, I'll be able to travel some 60, 70,000 kilometer per hour. 60, 70,000 kilometer per hour means 16 to 17 kilometer per second, which is much less than the velocity of light, which is approximately 3 lakhs kilometer per second. So 3 lakhs kilometer per second, which is a tremendous speed of light. Suppose I used to travel this diameter, how much time it will take? And the answer by so many amateurs was 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 5 hours, 5,000 hours. Absolutely wrong. The true answer is that the diameter can be covered with the speed of light in a 1 lakh year, called 1 lakh light year, which means 1 lakh into 365 into 24 into 60 into 60 into 3 lakhs. That's the 1 into 10 raised to 18 kilometers is the diameter of our Milky Way galaxy. And now you may ask, so there is only one galaxy? Then I will say no. This is an adjacent galaxy called Andromeda galaxy called Devayani Dirghika. Previous one was Mandakini Dirghika. This is Devayani Dirghika, accommodating some 200, 400 billion star systems. Diameter is not 1 lakh light year, it's 1,80,000 light years. So we'll say only two galaxies, or no? Every sparkling dot here is a galaxy. You may ask me, sir, which is our galaxy? So I will just to stretch your imagination, I will help you out with my mouse. Just imagine this brighter version is smaller one. So it is a Milky Way galaxy, approximately diameter of 1 lakh light year. This bigger version is approximately 1,80,000 light year diameter, Devayani Dirghika. And the distance between these 2 points is 122 lakhs light year. This small distance is 22 lakhs light year. Then you will ask me, sir, how many galaxies are here? I will say 3,000 plus. You will ask me, what is the distance, or what is this particular area is called? Then I will say it is a Hubble deep field. Then you will ask me where the hell it is located in sky. Then I will say just behind your palm. Yes, your palm you raise, and behind your palm, whatever small portion of sky is covered, that small portion accommodates more than 3,000 galaxies. And these 3,000 galaxies are being photographed by the Hubble Deep Field or Hubble Space Probe. Let's not get into this. This small portion of palm is showing you approximately 3,000 plus galaxies. Then how many total galaxies are there? There are 100 to 200 billion galaxies all around. You will say that is the whole of universe. I will say no. 100 to 200 billion galaxy is only 5% visible matter of this universe. 95% is a dark matter and dark energy. So you can imagine this whole universe is a quite big. And that has been imagined and discovered by the brain of human beings, which almost get developed 95% at the age of 6. So you are now beyond 6. So what you have to do is keep sharpening the saw. आपको मेहनत करनी होगी, टीचर का सुनना होगा, पढ़ते रहना होगा, and keep attending my lectures, which are free of cost. And normally I keep sending links to my contacts. So hereafter, Jay Prakash sir is my contact. There are so many other things like sky observation, pole star finding, knowing Saptarshi, knowing Cassiopeia, knowing Orion the Hunter, Orion Nebula, where stars are taking birth, and Andromeda galaxy, obviously, which is visible by the naked eye, being at such a long distance. So this is sky map. And this is my contact details to tell you summarized form. The crux of today's lecture is to inculcate scientific temper. Scientific temper is must for the humanity and sustainable development and world peace. What is important is you should learn this at an early age and try to inculcate and instill in you. Probably will be asset to the humanity. Don't forget to save, conserve every particle of food, every drop of water, and every tree. And don't forget to respect elders who are teaching you obedience, discipline, time discipline, and so many other sanskar related to the humanity. Don't follow religious rituals because somebody is telling you that this will benefit you. Nothing will come to you free of cost because there is no free lunch in world. Okay, but there is no substitute for the hard work also. Keep working hard. Consider Santosh Takale as your friend. And hereafter, this number 9967 is your permanent contact number in Mumbai. Anytime you happen to be here, please come and stay with me. Everything is free of cost. Okay. So this is last call. I'm submitting some, just mute yourself. I'm submitting you my link of feedback. I'm submitting you link for the participation certificate. You can go through it, you can preserve it, and you can use it later date. All credit of today's lecture goes to the Jai Prakash sir for his prompt response, and anything, suppose I have said inadvertently or unintentionally wrong, apologies from my end because I take complete responsibility of my lecture. Thank you so much, sir. You can close the session as per your convenience. I am now closing my mic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
A big round of applause to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The way you explained every corner of the universe and beyond the universe is very excellent, sir. And now I request our beloved principal, sir, to say a few things regarding this program. Sir?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Santosh Takale.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. I want to give you a brief introduction to our children because your profile itself is a motivation, especially for the adolescent age children. And on behalf of, actually, it is a rare opportunity for the children like Yanam that you got very vast experienced senior scientist, 27 years of experience in Baba Atomic Research Center, Bombay. And Sari is a good orator, just we have seen him. And he is good promoting the science communication, human empowerment, eradication of superstitions, universal brotherhood, world peace. Sar has given free lectures on astronomy, stargazing, snakes, career guidance, personality development, communication skills, time and execute management. To round about 2,000 lectures are given to 7 lakh people at all over India. Such a great personality is accepted our invitation and he has spared his valuable time to instill the scientific temper among the JNV students of Yanam. So really, you have our explanation is very apt and it suit to the children and it will instill the confidence and the values and the ethics you spoke, especially the conserving the natural resources is worthwhile and definitely it is inspiring speech. And Sari is also having many recipient awards and Sari is having interest in that is TV serials in that is Bath on Earthquake and Venus Transit in 2012, Mercury Transit in 2016 and Knowledge Hour with Santosh Takale, Part 1 Snakes and many other TV interviews Sir has given. And Sir has written various scientific articles in the newspapers, Venus Transit, Snakes, computer education and etc. Such a great personality has taken his valuable time to inspire you, our people. On behalf of JNV, I once again thank you, sir. And it is a beginning. Definitely, whenever you are free, definitely our children will take the advantage of your lectures, especially this scientific temper, and you will be a role model for all of us. So I wish you all the success in the future career also. Thank you, sir, for giving the opportunity for us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your such appreciating words. Important part is it's because of your proactive nature, probably this lecture could happen. Now I am giving you one assignment where whichever school who is comfortable with Hindi, English, Marathi and interested in lecture in evening, I'll be happy to deliver such lecture throughout my life. And that is what my interest is. So kindly communicate these things to every school, college you know around your places. I happen to be in a Kalpagam sometime. I'll do visit
Yes.
JNV Yanam because it is 3.5 hours journey from Kalpagam, Chennai. So I'll do come there, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Definitely, we will propagate your vision and your aspirations to the other JNVs also, so that they will also get benefit. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Thank you so much. Shall we close, sir?
1 minute, sir. Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
Principal, sir,
Yeah.
for your valuable words regarding this program. And this is a conclusion time. Now I request Mr. Riaz, sir, to propose vote of thanks.
Respected Chief Guest of the Day, Sri Santosh Takale, Senior Scientist, Baba Atomic Research Center, Mumbai, India. Respected Principal Sir, Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Yanam, Sri TVS Prakash Rao Sir, and 370 students who are keenly watching this program. And I would like to first thank Mr. Santosh Takale Sir for giving such energetic lesson to our students. You touched almost all aspects of the development of this universe, giving an outline to our children who were too much interested. Just we all watched them keenly observing and listening to your lessons. And we are so lucky to get such a faculty as you, a senior scientist from Baba Atomic Research Center, to come here and spend almost an hour and enlightening our students on such an important topic. We thank you from our bottom of our heart for coming over here and interacting with our students. And we also thank our respected principal sir for planning and implementing such prestigious projects like Vigyan Jyoti, and implementing these lessons and arranging and giving all the facilities to our students to watch and interact with such veterans from our country. I also express my sincere thanks to the coordinator, Jayaprakash sir, for coordinating the programs in a befitting manner. And with this, uh, and also I thank all the children who actively participated and listened to the lesson. And I hope learned many things from your lesson. And the teachers also who cooperated to make this function a great one. Thank you, everyone. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. And thank you to all JNV team. Shall we close, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir. We'll close the session, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,